Hello everyone, Calvin here from Shearing Sheep New Zealand. It's the middle of May and it's starting to get cold here in New Zealand, and I've got my woolen thermals on, I've got my woolen jersey on, and I made a little change over here. We'll have a look. So we've got a little bit of a gateway here, and this is just something I knocked together really quick the other day because I needed an area for pregnancy scanning of my ewes. Almost all recycled stuff that I had just lying around the place, an old gate, and I've made it as an insert so I can take it in and out. And the idea is I will be able to narrow up this race for doing different activities. The activity I wanted to do was pregnancy scanning of my ewes. I've only got 33 ewes left after selling 7 the other day, and there's a couple more of those that are scheduled to be leaving. So getting your normal scanning guys into pregnancy scan is a little bit of a pain, especially in the fact that I live in a very dairy area. We've got a woman who comes in and scans the goats, and that's a bit of a deal organised with my mum, and even though my mum's not with us, Raywin will still come in and scan the goats. She just does in kid or not in kid. And we will probably milk any that aren't in kid through the winter, just for the house milk. And then we pregnancy scan the client's dairy heifers, and the vets come and do that. And there's not many sheep in this area at all, so I made a phone call to the vet and I said, hey, could you do it? And Andrew was actually really excited to have the opportunity to scan some sheep, and he also bought out one of the assistants in the vet club to do a bit of training with. So I think there was a bit of a deal going on there. She actually has her own small Romney stud, so she thought that was a fantastic opportunity to come out and learn how to scan sheep. Now they were using the cow gear, and when it has quite a small vision of the scan area is quite short or quite small, so it was harder for them to look for what's going on. And of course for a cow normally they're only looking for one, whereas sheep there was multiples is pretty common.
Oh yeah, there you go.
That's a lamb.
Yep, there's a rib. Lots of ribs. Nice.
So
Quite a lot of uterus though.
So they got in and they did a bit of checking, and ideally it would be about 50 days would be the median age of when the ewes went to the ram. Now my first ones, it's over 75 days, and the last few, and there was just 2 of them because I sold the other ones, was about 25-30 days. Yeah, about that. Actually the last one was probably less than that, and so those 2 were inconclusive, which we expected. But most of the others actually went really well. The ones right in the middle of the window, quite accurate results. The ones that were really early with the really big lambs, they had a bit of trouble because there could be a lamb hiding.
That was the problem.
yeah, so I can only see one big one.
Yeah.
I just go.
Or there was a very big uterus area, very big womb, so they couldn't accurately see if there was 1 or 2 all the time. Some of them they could. So there are a few with question marks. Really interesting. There are a couple of key sheep. One of them of course is my big girl Granny, and they go, yeah, there's definitely 2 in there, there's maybe 3. And they did so without knowing that she has had triplets twice in the last 3 years. She's a 4, 116, she's a condition score 4.
And she's a green.
She's a green. Her daughter, number 9, same thing. So that was really interesting. They said, yeah, there's definitely 2, but there might be another. And then there was another one of the Bayerns that they said, yeah, there may be. I'm hoping that they're only twins in those ones. And all the others were confirmed in lamb with lambs. One of the big goals I was going for was to identify any that could be an issue for me. And so at the same time I was condition scoring my sheep, and I went through with the vet. It was really handy having a vet present. He had to remember a little bit on how to just the body score, and so we went through and actually hands-on. Now you cannot tell accurately without getting the hands onto those sheep, feeling for that backbone, feeling for that spine. So I think probably another day we should do a proper video on that, because I was going pretty quick, getting good footage while I'm trying to hold sheep because my race was a bit wide. It was a little bit tricky. So I was going back, I was trying to identify those problem sheep, which were my 2.5 body score condition sheep. And I actually had 4 of them. I thought there was 3. I went through the records this morning, there were 4 of them. And I know certainly 3 of those are confirmed or highly likely that they've got twins. They scanned with twins. So I need to address what's going on with those. I was also very pleasantly surprised that I only had 2 ewes over a 4. They were 4.5.
Yeah, that was it there.
That's it.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah, see, it's ribs turning inwards.
It's like his whole body's.
Quite often what you see first is just a big set of ribs.
But
So I was really pleased with that. I thought a lot of my ewes were very, very, very fat. And people tell me that my ewes are very, very fat. But when you actually get in hands-on, they're not always as fat as you might think. So I have a lot of 3.5s. There's quite a number of 4s and a reasonable number of 3s. So probably around that 3.5 is pretty close. Those 2.5s, I've got to work out what to do, and I saw a little bit of advice from a mate, and so I might be pulling those ones out, and I might put them up with the ewe hoggets and give them a bit of extra feed to try and put a bit more condition on them. So I was really happy to get a scan done. I was really happy to help someone else to learn about this, because I was learning too, but another vet in the vet club to have that learning experience.
There's one. I reckon you'll find 2 there.
yeah, I think there's another rib cage
I
there
think
to the
so.
left.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard,
I'm
isn't it?
happy to call that 2 if you are.
Yeah,
num-
I'm happy with
Yeah,
2.
she's definitely. Yeah, that's the ribs. So
Number
that's like a telltale that you've got.
108.
Like a lamb is the ribs are a really
That's
good
a good
marker.
Having 2.
I
You're
think
tiny.
The skinny
Look how
ones are
tiny.
easy. Yeah, she
Yeah.
is.
And she's I'm going to go with a 2.5 on that one.
Need some feed in that thing.
Yeah.
And there was an extra person who, she did my paperwork beautifully and was holding the scanner or the screen, and I may look at having them pop back out and do my ewe hoggets just to check there's no surprises in there.
This is number 16. So this is my non-shedding sheep. And I've left it on just to see what actually happens. She's a yellow, so she just made it in.
Does it come out when you
So
pull it?
there's
Nah.
Yeah, it's still well
one rib
attached. isn't it?
cage there. Okay.
I got it wrong last year with a couple of ewe hoggets that had twins. I'd never had ewe hoggets with twins previous, so they were a little bit hard done by. I was trying to keep the condition off, but I pulled too much off them, and they had very small lambs, and that was a management decision that I got wrong. So I'm trying to make sure I don't make that decision again. I know it's a little unusual to be scanning 33 ewes, but that information is going to help. Hopefully I'm going to make it down to one of the stud breeders, and I will be able to take some proper footage of scanning and have a better discussion. So if you do have a small flock, don't discount the fact that your vet club or your vet clinic or your local vets may be able to assist you in that process.
Pregnant.
Good.
Yep. See, that's the head there. There's all the ribs. Tail.
I see bits.
Yep. There's legs. All the little limb buds.
Nice.
I haven't been looking at it for long enough to know exactly what I'm looking at.
Oh, Malin should be able to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Marin's looked at about 40 something feet.
So there
Try
it
and
is
get a
there.
rib.
Yeah, that's what I'm picking up was up there.
So that triangle you get, that's like the telltale sign.
It's a pain that really skinny one's got twins.
Yeah.
She's actually for sale.
Okay.
If someone wanted her,
Yep.
who can just put on a lifestyle block and just
Yep.
feed the max amount of feed you can put into her.
There's a good one of the head.
And same as Monster, she's skinny and she's probably got twins in there. Yeah.
You're going to scan the ewe lambs?
Probably not worth it because they've only been in the last month.
Yeah,
Oh, they're like, we could do
So is that just the same?
Whippet
Yeah, it's the same lamb.
because she was,
Oh, girl.
she's actually beginning of March, but the others,
Here's a good
the others are only in the last month. There's like 3 that might show up.
One that you can see, or
Like, yeah, there's the head there. If you, or
Yeah.
on the screen.
Oh yeah, there's quite an obvious head there, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
good head, yeah.
That's a real obvious head.
Yep.
She's a blue.
Yeah.
Just trying to see another one.
I was gonna say, it looks like there's a lot of uterus again
Yeah.
there, eh? For one lamb.
It's always so easy to find the first one, and then
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, one will be sitting in one horn.
Again, being a bion and being a sheep that size,
Yeah.
to be economical, she's got to have 2 lambs.
Yeah, yeah. Very good. But you're standing nice too.
Yeah, it's interesting, eh? Because she was the last to come in. She's a little bit hard to deal with, but she just stands nice.
Good in the yards, yeah.
Was it a spine that just popped up before?
yeah,
You're trying real hard to find that other one.
yeah. Sorry.
It's alright. We've made actually very good time.
What is the time?
It wouldn't be much.
3 o'clock, maybe.
So that's the first one, eh?
Yep.
Look, that's
All the ribs.
all
Yeah,
the
there's
ribs
got
and
a-
the spine and the head.
You don't even have to hold her clearly. She is just going to stand there.
And then starts jumping.
Yeah, I was going to say knocks all my teeth out, eh?
The things I've learnt from that day is making sure we body condition score those ewes hands on. So important as a management tool through the flock. And now I've got my little race area, I'll be able to do that more, keep an eye on them. I've also got a stock crate organised. A friend has given me a stock crate or a sheep crate, and we've got the scales from the main farm, so I'll be able to weigh my ewes. So I'm really excited about that as well. I'm really proud of my little sheep handling area that I knocked together, and it was about 5 hours it took me to knock something together as a temporary until I built some proper yards in here. And I just need to move one gate down because it's a little bit high and a bit of repair, but got to get the welder out for the other gate, and reusing stuff that I just had lying around. So the actual overall cost was very minimal. It was about $100 all up for the hinges and the latches to build something that I can work with my sheep on. So I hope it's been helpful to show a little bit about the scanning. We will go into it more in depth, hopefully, as I get down to the stud breeder. And talk to you again soon. Hey, catch you later.